In the early decades of the automobile, a handful of vehicles didn't just drive roads, they drove change. From reshaping industrial production to altering suburban life, these five classic cars rewrote what a car could mean. Let's begin with the first true game changer, the Ford Model T. Introduced in 1908 by Ford Motor Company, under Henry Ford's vision, the Model T was conceived to make car ownership accessible to everyday Americans. According to Britannica, more than 15 million were built between 1908 and 1927. The assembly line manufacturing process that Ford pioneered at Highland Park allowed the cost to drop dramatically, from around $850 in 1908 to under $300 by 1925. What this achieved was not simply a new vehicle, but a new class of owner and a new concept of mobility. Suddenly, families outside big cities could own a car. Rural roads began to matter. The automobile stopped being a novelty and began to shape how people lived. But the impact went deeper. The Model T ushered in modern mass production methods, standardized parts, assembly line efficiency, and economies of scale that went far beyond cars into every kind of manufacturing. As the American Society of Mechanical Engineers notes, the Model T remains an engineering landmark. With this car, Ford democratized the automobile, giving it the moniker of the universal car that could take the world on wheels. Its production run ended on May 26, 1927, when the 15th millionth unit rolled off the line. For viewers today, driving a car often seems like a given, but the Model T helped build that expectation. Next, let's turn our attention to the Volkswagen Beetle, originally designed in Germany as a people's car and later becoming one of the most produced vehicles in history. According to Volkswagen's own heritage page, the Beetle sold more than 21.5 million units globally. On February 17, 1972, the 15,007,034th Beetle rolled off the line, surpassing the Model T's mark. What the Beetle symbolized was post-war economic recovery, global mobility, and the shift of car ownership beyond the United States to the whole world. The Beetle's impact was multifaceted. It proved that affordable motoring could be exported, that a simple, reliable car could thrive under economic constraints, and that design simplicity could equal cultural icon. As one historian puts it, the Beetle became the car that changed the world. In the United States, its quirky shape and its campaign, "Think Small," turned the Beetle into a cultural phenomenon. More than that, whole countries embraced it. One recent article describes how it still thrives in Ethiopia thanks to its affordability and durability. In that sense, the Beetle globalized the automobile, not just making it affordable in America, but making it accessible worldwide. Our third car is the Mini, Morris Mini Minor Austin 7, launched in 1959 by the British Motor Corporation and designed by Sir Alec Isagonis. Isagonis's design introduced a transverse engine, front-wheel drive, and compact dimensions, yet surprising interior space. At a time when the Suez Crisis prompted concerns about fuel and urban mobility, the Mini anticipated the modern city car. This wasn't just about making a small car. It was about rethinking how to build a functional, efficient automobile for everyday life. Automotive historians credit the Mini with launching the hatchback era and influencing decades of small car architecture. The car's clever packaging allowed 4 adults to fit inside despite its footprint of only about 3 meters. The Mini also found cultural resonance in the 1960s, favored by musicians, film stars, as a statement of style and practicality. The design philosophy radiated globally: compact, efficient, yet fun. In the broader sweep of automotive history, the Mini challenged the idea that bigger is better and made compact performance both desirable and mainstream. Our fourth car is the Citroën DS, introduced in France in 1955 by Citroën. From its debut, the DS stunned audiences with its futuristic aerodynamic body and advanced technologies such as hydropneumatic self-leveling suspension, disc brakes, and front-wheel drive, features extremely rare in its day. The DS was more than an automobile. It was a statement of what motoring might become. Some automotive commentators call it 20 years ahead of its time. On its very first day on sale, the DS reportedly received over 12,000 orders. In production until 1975 with over 1.4 million units built, its influence was global. Its technology trickled into mainstream automaking worldwide. The DS showed that innovation once reserved for high-end models could be brought into more accessible cars. Its comfort-driven features foreshadowed the luxury and performance cars of later decades. Adjustable height suspension, swivel headlights, advanced braking, features that in 2025 are no longer exceptional. The DS reminded the world that the car is not just transport, but experience. Our fifth and final car is the Ford Mustang, a model that transformed not just the auto industry, but American youth culture. Launched in April 1964 at the 1964 New York World's Fair, the Mustang was unleashed into the market with affordable performance plus bold styling. Within its first year, Ford sold well over 400,000 units, far more than expected. The Mustang pioneered the pony car segment: long hood, short deck, rear-wheel drive, sportiness packaged affordably. The idea: young buyers, style, freedom, and choice. The marketing resonated, dealers reported waiting lists, showroom excitement, and soon the Mustang became a cultural icon. The Mustang's influence extends beyond sales. It shifted who the car was for. Rather than just practical transport, automobile design now spoke to emotion, aspiration, identity, and performance. It generated an entire ecosystem: muscle cars, tuned versions, dealer accessories, youth demographics, fan clubs, and even film and media tie-ins. In the modern era of crossovers and SUVs, remembering the Mustang reminds us how design, marketing, and youth culture changed the relationship between driver and machine. While each of these vehicles has its own story, together they illustrate